So, me and James,
Yo.
who you know from
Mordheim?
the Mordheim. Yeah, the Mordheim series. You're a regular on the channel.
Oh, thanks.
Iron Warriors. Did
Not
you play
anymore.
ravenguard in 1.0?
No, because the camera ran out of battery, we stopped recording it.
That's the one. So, yeah, James is back because he's no longer allowed to play Iron Warriors. He's going to be doing the Ravenguard Legion review with me.
Sometimes it do be like that, mate. So.
Yeah, well, he's yeah, especially because no longer the top Iron Warrior in the North, though that might change for 2.0.
I'm happy with these, mate.
So yeah, James has been playing Ravenguard, and him and Phil have been massively talking and hammering it out.
Phil's like giving me some quiet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he gets a lot of time at work now because he's obviously been promoted higher and higher in like the public sector. So the more advancements he gets,
the less you have to do and the more you can take from the people.
Exactly. That's how it works. So yeah, we're going to do the Legion review like we did with Leggy the other day. Legion rules, how it affects units, advanced reaction, Warlord trait, units.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what your general thoughts, like how would you structure a list maybe?
Sure.
Maybe. Or we can just skip that.
Yeah, you can go through it.
So,
I mean, I think we're playing a game at some point, and then I'll show you the list I'm taking to Warhammer World in a month. So that will be how I would structure a list.
Yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, what is the Ravenguard? I have no idea. That's why I'm getting other people to do this with me, because I'm not an expert in everything.
So I've got
only most.
Yeah, only in most, and then the ones you aren't, you change for your own events.
Or I'll record you other people doing it and then edit it so it sounds like pipes in.
I like it. Right. Legion Astartes Ravenguard. So, as with everything, 3 rules. The first one is Shadow and Fury. So, based on this, all Legion Astartes Ravenguard get a special rule on the Shadow and Fury table, which we'll go through in a minute. Vault of Deliverance gives them all the cool wargear.
Access to the wargear, like everyone.
And then Warriors of Deliverance.
Warlord traits.
Warlord traits, yes. So, nice and easy. So, the Shadow and Fury table is a bit controversial. So we'll start with it. So your basic infantry.
Well, has there been mass arguments about it? Or just people don't like it.
Wait. Right. So you make your base infantry. So things that aren't heavy, don't have a jump pack, don't have the Ravenguard specific jump pack.
Yeah. Aren't
dreadnoughts. So basically, your tactical squads.
Yeah.
Seekers. They get the Talons. Then your jump pack troops, your heavy troops, your dreadnoughts get Falcons. And then your flyers and other stuff gets hawks.
Right, okay.
So Talons basically means if you shoot them from more than 8 inches away, I get
ravens, falcons, or hawks.
Yeah, Talons, falcons, or hawks.
Well, yeah, but it could be like the talons of the raven. I get that.
Yeah, the falcons and then hawks.
But a raven subspecies of falcons or hawks.
I'm not a bird person, mate. I don't know.
A birder.
I don't know.
An ornithologist. Are they ornithologists?
That's what I was going for, but I then stopped myself in case I was wrong.
Anyway.
Yeah, so Talons, basic tac squads, stuff like that, gives them shrouded 6+ if you're shooting at them from more than 8 inches away.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad. Also gives them all infiltrate, which is
very good.
Which is very, very good. So you're more deathing, now get free infiltrate if they didn't have it already.
Right, okay.
So, very nice.
And that affects generic units as well.
Oh yeah, so anything Legion Astartes, which is everything in this edition. So, your tac squads, your support squads, which you'll see in the game we play.
Veteran squads, command
squads.
Anything
more
that
death
can usefully... Rapier carriages?
No, because they are heavy. So it's infantry units. It's infantry units that aren't heavy.
Right, okay. So breachers don't get it? Because they are heavy subtype?
Yes.
Ooh, controversial. What do they get then?
So they will get the Falcons, which we'll come on to next.
Oh, so usefully, rapier carriages get to reroll 1s in assault to wound?
Yes. Because Falcons, as I say, anything with a jump pack, or heavy, or dreadnoughts. So it's good on dreadnoughts. When they make a successful charge, even if it's disordered, you reroll 1s to wound when you charge.
And do Raven's Talons remain similar to last edition?
So this
that is so useful.
Yeah, so
for me.
all your assault squads, because they have jump packs, or your Dark Furies, because they have jump packs, give you plus reroll 1s to wound on the charge.
Right.
Although all your assault squads have chainswords, which have shred.
Yeah.
and all your Dark Furies have Raven's Talons, which have Shred.
Yeah,
So it does nothing. So it does nothing for them. But for Dreadnoughts, if you charge with your Dreadnought, it rerolls its one, which is pretty good.
And rapier carriages.
And your rapier carriages,
and
yes.
breaches.
When you charge your rapier carriages.
Yeah, and your breaches.
And your breaches in a Ravenguard army.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And the other one is more about flyers, so this is your Hawks. So it gives you Shrouded 6+ when you run, move flat out, or zoom in.
So all the time.
Pretty much. And it increases your Shroud by 1 if you already have Shrouded.
So if you jinx, or if you evade, you get a 4+.
I think it caps at 5. Yeah, it caps at 5.
So, talent, does your 6+ Shrouded for your infantry cap at 5? Or
No, that just gives
does
you
it
Shrouded
not?
6+.
It doesn't stack.
But it doesn't stack.
Right. Okay.
So, and if you're on an objective, you get 5+ Feel No Pain anyway. So it's been argued Shrouded and Feel No Pain are different.
But they're both damage mitigations.
But if you shoot me with a crack missile, I've got a 6+ damage mitigation that I wouldn't have from a Feel No Pain.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's good.
Yeah, reasonably there.
Talons, really good. The other two, I don't have.
Well, the Flyers one is just because if you've not got Flyers.
Yeah.
Whereas the Falcons one, even I saw that coming a mile off.
Yeah.
So I didn't realise the assault squad thing. I thought it might be useful for them.
It might be good with crack grenades.
But
so you
the
can use
main
crack
one,
grenades. But your main stuff, like all my characters that are in combat have Raven's Talons because they're cool and they're good.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that's
what is your advanced reaction?
So your advanced reaction is really, really good. As you know, you can't use it on Primarchs. It will give Shrouded, but it's advanced reaction in the shooting phase. When you shoot me, I move up to my highest initiative in the unit, inches, in any direction. Any direction, and then gain Shrouded 4+ for the rest of the turn.
No,
and if that moves me out of your shooting range, so night fighting as an example, you can pick another target.
Right.
So if I'm like 22 inches away, you shoot me, I move to 27 inches.
And it happens
away.
before I shoot then, rather than after damage mitigation.
Yes, before you shoot. So
that's actually better than the Death Guard one, which Leggy had.
Yeah.
Was at the point of, like, say, the return fire. So after saves, but before damage mitigation, he gets a 4+ Feel No Pain to that one attack and a movement. So this is actually can deny the entire shot.
Yeah, the caveat is Feel No Pain is only doubled out. Shrouded you can ignore with searchlights and helical targeted arrays.
Oh, searchlights ignore Shrouded all the time, do they?
I think so. I've not got searchlights, so I've paid much attention to them. But helical targeting array, anything that ignores Shroud or ignores cover.
Yeah.
Which ignores Shroud. So
right, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
It's good against being shot by tyrants.
It's a very good advanced reaction. Yeah, against tyrants.
Against tyrants, yeah.
Which might happen.
Next things, Warlord traits and Rights of War. So the Loyalist Warlord trait, Loyalist Warlord trait, pretty good. The character gets an additional +1 to its attacks and strength when it's engaged in a challenge.
You're not going to attempt to say the name? Come
on,
James.
The Bane of Tyrants.
Oh, he's not like a...
It's not a difficult
tyrant of something.
No, these are pretty easy.
Like Cremata or something.
Yeah. So this is the one I've looked at if I wasn't taking a Primarch. Right. So while I'm in a challenge, I get +1 attacks, +1 strength.
Yeah.
Nice. If I'm engaged in a challenge with your Warlord, those become +2.
But don't you really want... You don't want that higher strength because you're shred. Yes. You're fishing for the rends, so you actually want a lower strength so that you re-roll more so that you get the rends.
Yes. But if you take like a Thunderhammer or something.
Yeah. If you're not taking
It's
Raven's
the attacks
Talons.
more than anything.
Yeah.
And there's some, like Sons of Horus, I've just played a game against Phil's Sons of Horus, where they're -1 to your strength, which benefits me more than it benefits him.
Yeah, because you shreds.
Because then I can...
going off more.
Yeah. But, so I like that one. That's a good Warlord trait. I'm probably going to be taking a Primarch all the time I can take one, so these don't make a difference.
Because Primarchs are now so good.
Primarch's just awesome.
Well, we'll get there. I suppose we'll get there.
The next one, the Hidden Hand, which is for anyone. I've not looked at these in much detail, but basically, you can reroll failed reserve rolls.
It's not the greatest ever.
No, it does give the unit Fleet 2, which is a +2 to their run and charge when they come in, which is quite good because you can now charge out of flanking assault, which is outflank, and deep strike. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I just pay some points for in another unit.
You can muster signals.
Yeah. I just do explorator webs. There'd be other things.
Yeah.
And a warlord trait to me is something that you want a bit more. It's something that, well, there's only access to this in one way. That's what I'm saying basically.
It gives you an extra reaction in the movement phase. The other one did it in the assault phase, but again, I wouldn't take it.
Yeah, the first one.
You'd have to build your army around it.
The Bane of Tyrants. The extra one in the assault phase is very good because you can shoot an extra time
or hold
in the
fast
assault
twice.
phase. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty nice.
You're using hold fast. You have changed. You have changed.
If you're charging my Dark Furies, what am I going to Overwatch with? I've got lightning.
Yeah, exactly. You have changed.
So I hold fast.
The Iron Warrior days are long gone.
Yeah.
I've not even considered that a reaction.
It's just nice. And then the last one, no gods or masters. So this is the ones who basically hate Corax. When in base contact with an enemy infantry or cavalry model whose weapon skill, strength, or initiative is higher than the Warlord basically counts as one more.
So when you fight a Primarch.
No, because a Primarch is not infantry or cavalry, they are Primarch. Primarch is a specific
What
unit type.
infantry is better than a Praetor, though? At the moment, nothing, I suppose.
A Praetor with a different Warlord trait? I don't know.
I suppose.
I'm not playing traitors, so I've kind of just ignored that one. So it might not even read it right, but I'm not playing traitor Ravenguard, so I don't care.
Yeah, it would be as bad as playing Loyalists, Iron Warriors, or...
Anyway,
or
Knights of War. Knights of War.
That's one he wants to skip.
So the first one is Decapitation Strike.
So this is the one that you used to get drop pods on?
Yes. This is good.
Right, okay.
So the limitations, you can only have a single heavy support choice.
Yeah.
That's all right. You can have Deathstone drop pods, a Leviathan. I've got Derideo in my list, so one heavy support choice is good.
Yeah.
It's I'm not Iron Warriors, I don't need 4. And you can't take fortifications. I'm Ravenguard, I don't need a
You live in the past, Iron Warriors can't take 4 anymore. Hammer of Olympia doesn't do that, James. Anyway.
Right. The effects of it are really, really good. Yeah. So I don't see any downsides to this. So all models with Legion of Astartes Ravenguard, which is everything.
Yeah.
Tanks.
Everything.
Dreadnought, everything. Gets preferred enemy independent characters.
And does that still confer through squads?
Yes, it does still confer through squads.
Yeah. So if you have one independent character in that squad,
I get reroll 1s to hit and wound.
Right.
So it's good.
Good that stacks with your Falcons really well.
Yeah, another reroll 1s to wound. All models that do a deep strike or flanking shroud get shrouded 5+ on the turn they land. More damage mitigation.
Fairly good, yeah.
Damage mitigation is good. Not as good as brutal, but damage mitigation is good.
Yeah.
And the main reason for taking this is I get an extra 2 victory points for killing your Warlord on top of the 1 for slay the Warlord.
So that can really break the balance.
Yeah. So I played a game the other day and it literally swung the game. I killed the Warlord in the last turn and I won by 2 points.
Yeah. So
it's like 3 points.
And it's something that you're always going to be gunning for. It's not even ever a downside, because when am I ever not going to try and kill the Warlord?
Yeah, it's a victory point that you want to try and get. If you can get it, like if it's like in the middle of a huge Death Star that's going to be unkillable, you might not go for it. That's what snipers are for.
Yes.
So we'll get into that in a minute. And the next Warlord trait you can't use yet because there's no militia or solar books released.
Does it state militia in there though? Because this is a thing that interests.
So the downsides: a detachment using this route of war.
Imperialis militia. They've not gone away. They're still around.
Yeah. Happy Max.
Yes.
So, you must include an allied detachment of either solar or militia. So
that includes at least 4 units.
Yeah.
So it's like, if it was like last time, like 250 points.
Yeah, basically nothing. Can't be the primary detachment. So it can only be the primary detachment.
Yeah.
So that's all right. It's not really a downside because your Ravenguard will probably be the primary detachment. Has to be loyalist. Why would you be playing traitor Ravenguard? And it can't have anything that's slow, heavy artillery, bombard, or automated artillery. So it's a fast kind of attack force.
Right, okay. Yeah.
It's all right.
Cool.
The effects. Once for battle, at the start of any game turn, controlling player may have all models with the Legion of Astartes Ravenguard special rule gain stubborn. Stubborn is good. Yes. Stubborn counteracts fear, and fear is
as we just learned. Yes.
Fear is terrifying in this edition.
Yeah, I think when the first Night Lord player comes on, this guide will be me you'll hear audibly the eyes rolling in my head.
And this has Fear 3, which stacks with Fear 2 over here and Fear 1 over here, so your leadership -7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So all models from part of the allied detachment gain stubborn as well.
Yeah, and that's just all the time. That's just flat.
Yeah. So flat allied detachment, all the militia, all the solar stubborn. Might be good. Don't know what this.
Yeah.
About.
Well, one thing about this is, surely they have already written those books.
You'd like to think so.
Yeah, because if they know that their allied detachment is going to gain stubborn here, and this is just a general heresy comment, hopefully they've already thought, at least in general, how good fear or stubborn is,
Yes.
and how that would apply to a militia list. Even if they don't know, like, oh, militia are 55 points. Like...
Yeah. Oh, I've got Fear 1, you're now Leadership 2.
Or, like, I've got
That'd be quite thematic.
350 Leadership 9 militia people on the table.
Yeah.
Like, because if that happens, and they'd, like, high leadership...
Yeah.
By roundabout ways of, like, voxes and stuff, that could be horrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, like all good for the ravenguard.
And the last thing is they gain hatred everything while they're within 6 of a model from the allied detachment. So all your ravenguard gain hatred everything when they're within 6 of one of your militia guys.
So, do Raven's Talons still have Mastercraft?
No.
No, so this will then give them that reroll.
Yes.
I actually really like that change. Because it means that you don't have to roll your Raven's Talons singly.
Yes. Yeah, that is really good.
Like, not for a gameplay bookkeeping, like, stress perspective.
And roll this model, and then roll this model, and re-roll that one, and then roll this.
Yeah.
Well, save bouncing is still a thing, but at least this is a good change.
Yeah.
But both Threats of War, pretty damn decent.
Not mad at them. They seem quite good.
The decapitation strike.
Very good.
I take the decapitation strike because extra VPs help win games.
And it doesn't really control what you're taking in your list at all.
It stops me taking 3 Leviathans.
Oh, because you can only get one.
One heavy sport choice. And Talons of Leviathans are now 2, I think. So it stops me doing that.
So it does control your list a bit. So you can't. It's not just one of those nice ones that you can be like. Say Hammer of Olympia.
Yeah.
Hammer of Olympia. Right. I can't think of what right war to go. I'll write my list, and it's just Hammer of Olympia.
Yeah.
Because now that just affects tactical squads. There's no limitations on what you can take.
Yeah.
So it's not quite that easy to fit. But so long as you're only taking one heavy support, it benefits everything.
I don't think heavy supports was good in this edition because tanks die faster. Because Iron Warriors are a thing. And because Iron Warriors are a thing, tanks aren't as good. I think this is going to be an infantry game.
Yeah, no, I agree.
For a bit. Mech might change it, Custodes might change it.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
well,
I like that's my right of war at the minute.
My opinion up to now, is, but like, Dreadnought. It's Dreadnought better, right?
Yeah.
It's not that I don't think tanks are worse. I just think infantry are better and Dreadnoughts are insane.
Oh yeah. If you can't kill 9 Contemptors, what's the point?
But that's only because we live in the Chris Beck area.
The Chris Beck.
But basically,
in defence, he played it in 1.0 when they all died turn 1.
He did.
So
he did.
Fair play to the guy.
But I'm going to edit that bit out so that we can just be insulting.
There we go. Right.
So yeah, on to the Armory.
So first things first, Raven's Talons.
And we've already sort of spoiled this, haven't I?
Yeah, so they're lightning claws. So if you've got a pair of them, you get 2 extra attacks instead of 1.
Oh dear.
Yeah, which is quite nice. So Dark Fury's base attack 2, 4 attacks when they're charged.
Yeah.
Quite nice. Strength user, which is good because you don't want to be high strength, you want to be low strength with these.
Before.
AP 3, but they have rending 5+.
So one better than lightning claws.
Yes.
Yeah.
And shred.
Yeah.
Which is the key thing. So a unit of Dark Talons charges a Contemptor, the sergeants alone will kill the Contemptor.
Oh, that's because there's 3 sergeants, isn't there?
It's because there's 3 sergeants.
Right, but anyway,
yeah.
right.
But
so we'll get to that one.
With rending, you want as low strength as possible because rend ignores the wound table. So you could be toughness 1,000, I could be strength 1. On a 5+, you take an AP 2 hit.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. Improviser, also very good. So all my sniper units and melter squads will have this. 10-point upgrade for the sergeant gives the unit night vision. So night vision ignores all night fighting.
Points.
10 points seems steep.
No, I mean, but I thought that was low.
Oh, right.
I thought so how night fight? If you've not yet played this edition, night fighting works by if one of you wants it, you roll a dice, and on a 2 it is.
And night fighting is so game changing.
Yeah, it's -1 to your BS,
-1 to your leadership as well.
-1 to leadership, and you can only target units within 24.
Yes.
So your Nemesis bolters, rather than being 72, would be 24, but now they're not.
Yes.
And you're also still hitting on 3s rather than 4s.
Yeah. And night vision also ignores the leadership negatives.
Because it's like turning on the night light.
Yeah. It gives +1 ballistic skills to the sergeant as well, which is relevant.
All the time?
All the time.
Just during...
No, all the time. So this grants the model night vision, which confers onto the squad, and a bonus of +1 ballistic skill. So it swings from -1 to +1. So your sergeants are hitting on 2s.
But even if you fail that night fighting roll, you then got +5 on your sergeant.
Yeah, it's good. But they're initiative 1 when taking blind tests, but I've not seen a lot of blind at the minute.
Yeah, well, we'll see as it comes.
Yeah.
Darkfire Cannon meta might introduce blind.
Yeah, but then you just kill them, so. Camellia Line?
Yeah.
So this is your sneaky cloaks, 20 points. Has to be Legion Astartes and a Centurion. Or Praetor. I didn't see Praetor there. So Centurion or Praetor can get this 20 points, gives them Shrouded 6+, or adds +1 to Shrouded. Doesn't have a max. So you can get Shrouded 3+, I guess. In theory, Shrouded 2+.
Yeah, because that can stack with your advanced reaction.
Yeah.
To give you that
Shrouded.
Shrouded, yeah.
Which is quite nice. And the main thing we're looking at is the Corvid pattern jump pack. Obviously, this was printed a while ago, because that's a very familiar word sounding. So it's your standard jump pack. If you turn it on and you start or finish in difficult terrain, it becomes dangerous terrain. So on a roll
standard
of a 1,
jump pack,
on a roll of a 1, you take a wound, only taking vulnerable saves. The benefits to this is it's movement 14 instead of movement 12, so I'm 2 inches faster, and I get a 4+ invuln against dangerous terrain that I fail.
Right, okay.
So all Dark Furies have this. It is, I believe, a 20-point upgrade.
Can you upgrade to it?
So
as
independent
like
characters can.
A squad?
No, so squads can't. Independent characters can for 10 points. Apothecaries cannot. So my Apothecary has a 12-inch move. The unit it's in moves 14.
And so with that, is it like other games where if you were limited to that 12 move if you're in the unit, or can everyone else move around in the 14?
Every model moves its movement.
So it doesn't actually matter that.
And you just stick him at the front of the unit, and then by turn 2,
he's somewhere in the middle.
He's slightly behind, but you've got a guy near him to keep coherency.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. It gives them Bulky 3, Hammer of Wrath 1, which I always forget. I've never used the Hammer of Wrath yet, and Deep Strike, which is...
If you're killing him anyway, it's not as big of a benefit if he's not AP2.
Yeah, it's like an extra strength 4 hit.
Yeah.
I'll just roll the Lightning Claws. But good wargear. I like it.
Yeah, it's all sounding positive for the Ravenguard at the moment.
The Camellia line, slightly expensive, I think. I've not got a use for it yet, but the other 3 things are just amazing.
Yeah. And one thing is with all this, there's no real downsides to any of it. It's so like the Warlord traits, there are no downsides on the flip side of the Warlord trait.
No.
Where say like Iron Warriors, there's some big downsides to them of being like forced to use your reaction in a certain way.
Yeah. None of that.
There's no, say like the Raven's Talons, it doesn't sacrifice a bit of the Lightning Claw to gain the benefits of the Raven's Talon.
They're just better. It costs 5 points per weapon. So if you have you no longer buy a pair of Lightning Claws, you buy 2 Lightning Claws.
So it's going to cost you 10 points.
10 points on top of your Lightning Claw allocation for your characters.
But yeah, it's looking good for the Ravenguard.
Anyone who can take a Lightning Claw can take this. So
also your squad sergeants,
standard Terminators. It's not character specific. If you've got a bod who can take a Lightning Claw, they can take a Raven's Talon.
Right. I've got no problem with that, to be fair.
I like it. All right, on to your boy Corax.
See, I semi-know what's coming because I've just seen James play Phil. Oh, actually, no, I missed you playing Phil because it was over turn 3.
I was being nice to him.
Because it didn't end turn 1.
Probably turn 2.
Yeah.
Probably could have ended turn 2. But, yeah. So, 440 points. So he's not the most expensive Primarch, but he's not the cheapest either anymore.
Yeah.
Movement 8, weapon skill 7. Weapon skill 7's alright for a Primarch. You've got a couple of weapon skill 8 Primarchs, but 7 seems medium.
But you know what, I didn't look. You carry on. I'm getting. I want to look what Perty is.
Yeah, we can compare him to Petravo.
I've not looked at Perturabo yet.
Have you not?
Other than his punchy fist.
So we can do a quick comparison because Petravo's quite a decent.
He used to be a good Primarch. I don't know now.
So he's
So Perturabo is weapon skill 7, movement 7.
So he's weapon skill 7, movement 8 as standard.
Ballistic skill 7.
Ballistic skill 6 for Corax.
Don't matter that much for you.
Yeah.
Strength 6.
Strength 6 as well.
As if he lost strength.
Yeah.
He's just going to be me complaining about Perturabo now.
In the Ravenguard section.
Toughness 7.
Toughness 6.
Obvious.
Makes sense.
Yep. Wound 6.
Wound 6 again.
Initiative 5.
Initiative 7.
Yep.
So, fast boy.
Attacks 6.
Attack 7.
Leadership 10.
Yeah.
Obviously, but fearless.
Yeah.
2+.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were the faster.
Yeah. Faster, not as durable, because you've got better toughness than me. But we'll come on to it in the wargear section.
When you get into that Primarch combat, is that going to matter that much?
No.
Because it's Primarch combat, so you're going to have like strength 10 anyway.
I don't have strength 10. I have no way to get strength 10. So in Primarch combat, the goal of Corax is to hit and run out and go do something else.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He might be able to do it with the unit he's in, but I don't think he'd take Perturabo down in combat. So Warlord trait Sire of the Ravenguard is really nice. So remember we said before that all your base infantry, so your melter gun support squad, your more death and get infiltrate.
Yeah.
Corax gives all Ravenguard infantry or cavalry Scout and Crusader.
What's Crusader do now?
I don't know. It's the Scout bit.
It's not the one that I'm using.
It's not the one I'm using, I don't care. Something after combat, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is less applicable than the stuff that comes before the combat.
Yeah. So it's the Scout, because you infiltrate, and infiltrate has changed as well now. So infiltrate is 12 inches in line of sight, 9 inches out of line of sight.
And can you assault? No, you can't.
You can't assault when you scout or infiltrate.
Yeah.
Augury scanners push it out to 18, but in the game against Phil, I set up 18 inches away in line of sight. Scout then happens after, but before the first turn. So when I know who's going first, I get my 6-inch move.
So it's not.
No. So I set up.
It's not pre-seas, it's post-seas.
Yeah. So before the first turn. And then I get a 6-inch move.
Right, okay.
So I'm 18 inches away. I get first turn. I scout 6, so I'm now 12 inches away. I then get my normal move of 7.
Right.
So I'm now in melter
On top
range.
of it, yeah.
Yeah. So scout is good for shooting units. I wouldn't scout an assault unit because then I can't assault. But,
Or I'll assault you.
yeah,
Like-
which isn't the best.
Yeah.
And he gives an extra reaction in the enemy's movement phase.
Right,
So
okay.
I can withdraw twice, or I can advance twice.
Right.
Or I could intercept, because intercept is in the movement phase.
Yes.
Hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, yeah. And if you've got planes, as an advanced reaction, you can bring a plane on in response to someone else's plane.
Yeah.
And I think it gets to shoot at that point, because I think it's worded like the Melos one.
Xiphons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Any plane. It's
plane.
Talon, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've looked at Xiphons, so hadn't thought of that. I've only thought of the generic ones.
There you go.
Wargear wise then. So he's
I don't
got,
know why I'm looking at Perturabo.
Yeah, put that away now. Sable armour, so
Yep.
2+4 invuln, so nice invuln. No
Hefty.
longer,
It's still good.
and a permanent shrouded 4+, which is the main thing. So Perturabo gets a 2 up, 3 up.
But, and he gets to ignore the effects of night fighting, but the shrouded 4+
Is nice.
brilliant.
Yeah, if
'Cause
you've
it's
not got,
basically like 75% chance of passing a shooting.
yeah,
save.
you just tank the saves every sort. Anything that's strength 8, you tank on Corax.
On your 6 wounds.
Yeah.
He's
it
got
will
a 2,
not die.
so a 2 up followed by a 4 up against non-Rens. And then a 4 up, 4 up.
Against
Rens.
AP2 or
Yeah.
better. Yeah, which is quite nice.
That's good.
He's got the Shadowed Lord, which is a special rule. When he hits and runs, he rolls an additional dice.
And then you discard the dice of the player's choice.
Yeah,
to
but that's
final
not the good
result.
thing. So the good thing is, when he makes a hit and run, he re-rolls shrouded rolls of 1 made for Corax and all models in the unit.
Oh, really? So, right, so you jump out of a combat, and the next turn, you can reroll 1s on that shrouded 4
Yeah.
up. So you get a 4 up and a 4 up rerolling 1s.
Yeah. And then if the unit gets shrouded somehow, they also get a reroll 1 for their shrouded.
Does he
as well.
confer hit and run to the unit he's
Yes,
on?
so hit and run confers. I don't think shrouded confers. I think shrouded is model
No, but even if
specific.
you evade or you use your
Yeah.
advanced reaction.
Then I've got a rerollable 1 shroud.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Incredible.
Those are his Sable Armour and his Shadowed Lord rule. Next is his panoply of the Ravenlord, which is his lightning claws basically, and his whip.
Right, yeah. Is there still a difference between like Istvan Corax?
No, there's only one Corax now.
Right, okay.
You can't give him a heavy bolter. That's
Shame,
not cool.
shame.
Although heavy bolters are useless. So his combat weapons: strength user, so strength 6,
So
AP 2.
I'll let you get through it and then ask
Right,
questions.
okay. So strength user, AP 2. It's got the shred rule, so you reroll any failed. It's got the blind rule, so if I wound you, you need an initiative test. If you fail your weapon skill, ballistic skill 1.
Right.
Until the next.
And this is at initiative 7.
For now. Yeah.
Right.
But it's also got something called fighting styles. So at the start of combat, you pick from one of 3 fighting styles.
Yeah.
Sudden Strike 3, which is on a successful non-disordered charge, you gain 3 initiative,
Okay.
which is good. Rage 4, which again, on a successful non-disordered charge, instead of 1 attack for charging, you get 4.
Right.
So if he successfully charges with Rage 4, he's on 11 attacks, which is quite good. And the next one, in case he's up against Dreadnoughts, Murderous Strike 4+. So I get to pick one of those rules at the start of each combat.
14 attacks.
11 attacks.
I thought you said 14 attacks because of his...
No, Rage 4, 11 attacks on the charge.
Jesus.
So you charge in, you get
he's-
11 attacks.
Yeah.
Or you're
And
up
he's
against
doing
the Dreadnought.
blind to anyone. So even against another Primarch, he's the same initiative as Kurz,
Yeah.
so he doesn't affect Kurz really.
You can never negatively impact a Primarch's stats.
Oh, right, so it's no point going
Dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
If I don't kill the Dreadnought, it's weapon skill 1.
So it's striking at the same time as all them melter bombs.
Or more importantly, it's weapon skill 1, so I'm hitting it on 2s with basically everyone.
Can you hit on 2s now on the chart?
Yeah. Like you can hit on, like 1 up is 5s, obviously, isn't it?
Yeah.
But controversially, I'm pretty sure, I'll get my book out.
Yeah.
I've never had to do it yet, but I'm pretty sure there's a 2 on the to hit table now. So weapon skill 1. Yeah, because vehicles count as weapon skill 1 in combat, so you hit them on 2s.
Really?
Yeah.
But actually, there wasn't a vehicle combat, I don't think, in Man and Leggy's game, but this is the change. So yeah, you carry on, I will look it up.
And then his shooting attacks. This is slightly confusing. So it's Wrath and Justice. So it's 2 separate weapons, both counting as auto and Volkite, but have 1 profile.
There is a 2+ to hit, so if you're weapon skill 4 and you hit a weapon skill 1, it's 2+.
Yeah, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
So Wrath and Justice, he says there are 2 separate weapons, both counting as auto and Volkite, but they have 1 profile, which is 1 shot.
Weird.
So, yeah, like other weapons, like I think Mercy and Forgiveness, or which Kurz has, or Rusty's weapons have 2 different profiles, but this just has... So you get 1 shot with his pistol, 12-inch range.
So he's so perfect at firing his 2 pistols
He can only shoot
that
one.
it merges the beam.
Yeah, okay.
That's the only way to think about it that makes sense.
12-inch range, strength 6, AP 4, rending 3+. So on a 3+, it's AP 2, extra D3 armor pen.
And he's not a shooting Primarch,
No,
so he doesn't need
Deflagrate
that
and
always
Master
AP3.
Crafted. So he's gonna hit because he's what? 6s rerolling. 2s rerolling onto 5s, or onto 6s, and then Master Crafted.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't get Master Crafted and better ballistic skills. I don't care enough. And then his wings are the same as the other wings for the Ravenguard get. So movement 14, but he ignores all dangerous terrain tests. So he's never taken a dangerous terrain test. He's never taken a wound for landing in terrain. He'll just jump in there, mince something, and jump out again.
Fair, yeah. I'm not too mad at that for a Primarch.
Yeah.
Sounds very good though. The Shrouded and the hit and run re-rolling 1s
Yeah.
and 11 attacks on the charge at AP2, shred.
Or just mincing a dreadnought, mate. You know?
Yeah, that is sounds mental.
It's not as good
Though
as
he
the
is
brutal
strength
rule.
6.
Yeah, so it's 5's the wound,
Yeah.
but every wound triggers D3 wounds.
And I suppose it's shred though. But yeah.
Yeah.
And every wound triggers D3 wound.
Against dreadnoughts, or things with automatic deflector. So mech, I guess, will have it when they come out.
Yeah. We're just very, very good, isn't it?
It's, yeah, Primarchs are good. They don't have any other named characters though, because they didn't have models, so they are removed from the rules at the minute.
Yeah.
So we're on to the units. More Deathin.
Yeah.
So I've scored a 550 points. Movement 7, they're basic standard Marines. Weapon skill 4, but ballistic skill 5. 2 wounds each, 2 attacks each. Sergeant has 3 attacks. Leadership 8 base, the sergeant is leadership 9. So they are your standard veteran squad.
Yeah.
They start with power armour, bolt pistol, chainsword, a shotgun, like some shotgun action.
Like it.
Frag and crack grenades, and shroud bombs. So if you don't know what shroud bombs are, if you shoot at them, they count as being 6 inches further away.
At all times or just during night fighting?
At all times.
Right.
But it does work on night fighting, so effectively you can only shoot at them if you're 18 inches away in night fighting.
Which you will have on a 2+ if you request it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have scout as standard.
So that stacks with your infiltrate from your ravenguard legion starters.
So I don't need Corax to give them scout, they have it. They've got relentless, so they can move and rapid fire.
Oh.
Which is quite nice. They've got heavy weapons as well, I guess, nemesis bolters, so they can move and shoot their sniper rifles. And they've got a rule called fatal strike.
Can you not move and rapid fire anyway? Do you mean rapid fire and charge?
Yeah, shoot your bolt pistol and charge. You need relentless to shoot your bolt pistol and charge.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Which is a weird thing. It makes...
It just is what it is.
It is what it is. It doesn't have... Everything that needs to charge when you shoot your bolt pistols has relentless. So.
Yeah.
Fatal strike, once per battle, their weapons gain rending 4+.
4+ now, rather than +1 to the rend.
Yes. However, you can't use it with template or blast weapons or weapons that already rend. So you can't use that if they've got sniper rifles. Oh,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because it used to be the +1 making it a 5+ rend.
Yeah, no, it doesn't stack, can't be used if you've already got rend or template. You can't flame a rend anymore.
Flame a rend is so good.
It was broken.
Flame a rend next to a fuel dump.
Yeah. What you can do is melt a rend, though. So hopefully we'll demonstrate this. Hopefully we'll demonstrate this in our game.
But are your melter guns not strength 9?
So melter guns are strength 8, mate, because I'm not Iron Man.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So against Phil's Kratos,
yeah,
I infiltrated, scouted, moved into melter range.
Yeah.
2d6 armor pen. If that roll is 4 or greater, I get an extra d3 to it.
Right, and that's what pips you over.
It can get me like... It makes it more consistent to pen on every shot that hits.
Yeah, so it doesn't... So, like, for me, I'd not massively thought about it. Don't matter. Strength 9, the 6 is penning anyway.
Kratos with flare shields.
Yeah, for you that's rend pushes you over, yeah.
Yeah, it's an extra dice. And it works on their bolters as well, because they're combi weapons. So you can shoot your bolter, rapid firing, and your melter section in the same shot.
How much is...
25 points for an extra one. Various different weapons. They can all have power weapons.
And just a solid, still a solid squad.
Solid squad, yeah. They can all have power weapons. They can all have plasma guns, melter gun. 3.
Oh, they can all have power weapons.
They can all have power weapons. 1 in every 3 can have plasma gun, melter gun, and they can all have combi weapons, or they can all have nemesis bolters.
Right. Okay.
Sergeant can have melter bombs and artificer armor if you want to. Good unit, cheap. 25 points for an extra guy.
Yeah,
seems
solid. Like, do you know, these. I think it's like V1. It doesn't seem to be, not in a bad way. There doesn't seem to be a downside to mod anything. Like, they can just do what you want them to do.
Yeah,
is what I mean.
Do I need them to kill tanks? They've got melter. Do I need them to snipe sergeants? They've got snipers.
Yeah. They're just, but they're a good veteran squad equivalent.
And they're a skirmish unit type as well. So skirmish now gives them 3-inch coherency and +1 to their cover saves.
Yeah, which is excellent.
Yeah, so good unit. Next, Dark Furies, again, 150 points for 3, for 5.
And this is one that you think is amazing, right?
Yes, but they need support still. But I like the Dark Furies because they're fast and everything is now faster, so I think combat is going to be more a thing. So their base movement's 7, but they've obviously got the 14-inch move jump packs. The standard guys are weapon skill 4, the sergeants are weapon skill 5. Strength toughness 4, 2 wounds each, initiative 4. Standard guys have 2 attacks, sergeant has 3.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've all got Raven's talons, so standard guy has 4 attacks, sergeant has 5 before charging. Leadership 8, sergeant 9, 3 up, and then artificer armour on the sergeant.
So it's interesting that they've only got weapon skill 4, because that means you're hitting, say,
Dreadnoughts
veterans of dreadnoughts on 5. Yeah.
But to counter that, if you have a full squad, so if you have 9 Dark Furies and a chosen of the slain, you can upgrade 2 more of the Dark Furies to extra sergeants. So I've effectively got 3 sergeants with artificer armour, weapon skill 5 and extra attack.
Right, okay.
Which is quite good. It's good for save bouncing if I need to bounce saves across things as well, so...
And what is your theory as to why they can have 3 sergeants?
Because it says. Yeah, just because it says. I'm not up on Ravengard lore. I'm not into it as much as I was there.
So this is the gaming guide.
Yeah, I don't know the lore in and out. It just says I can take 3, and for an extra 15 points a model, I'd like a weapon skill 5, extra attack, and a 2+ save, please.
And another leadership 9.
Yeah,
that's harder.
So if you snipe the first one off, I've got 2 more.
Yeah,
it's just a good.
Is there essentially like Centurion stats there? Like, do you know a lot? Of,
yeah, close to actually.
Yeah, they're getting there, like semi-Centurion.
They've all got power armour other than the sergeants with Artifice, as I've said. They've all got Raven's Talons. They've got frag and crack grenades and the jump pack. Special rules wise, they can deep strike. They can deep strike even if they don't have the jump packs.
For some reason.
Maybe that's where it went from the Charybdis. I don't know. It's all good.
Does the Charybdis not have deep strike?
So the Charybdis can't deep strike, and the Dreadcore isn't an assault vehicle.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't.
Yeah, so the Charybdis can't deep strike. What? Yeah, I don't know. Or the other way around, one of the two.
No, the Anvilus Dreadclaw can't.
Right.
It's not an assault vehicle.
Right.
That's the one.
Precision Strike 6+, which I always forget about, and Sudden Strike 1. So if I successfully charge, I am Initiative 5, so striking 4 standard guys.
Yeah, most things.
The sergeants could all have melter bombs, so 30 points for melter bombs. That must be boring.
I'm just getting bored.
Yeah. Combat. That's that.
Well, that's that.
Yeah, three pages of stuff.
And
it's the good stuff. I'm not complaining.
It's a very good arm. Like, it's all slight incremental benefits that will stack up by the end of the list. Yeah.
So if you're making to me, a fluffy Ravenguard list is a fast, secretive, hiding kind of list.
What way you don't show your opponent your list?
Yeah, where basically I deploy 3 units and the other 12 infiltrate after I know where you're going.
Yeah.
That kind of
thing. Yeah.
It's a good army. I like him.
Yeah.
Obviously, I won't be playing them. Also, they're easy to paint like my own ones. They're like spraying black, do a bit of white on them, and they're fucking done, aren't they?
What would be your sample list? What are you taking to Warhammer World?
Right, so taking to Warhammer World. This comes out after I go to Warhammer World, so people don't steal my tech, right?
When are you going to Warhammer World?
End of next month. That doesn't matter.
Possibly not.
It doesn't matter.
Do you want to just do a random list then?
No. So Corax. So Corax is the Warlord. Decapitation Strikers are out of war. So that's my Primarch choice. I've got 2 units of Dark Furies, each with 3 sergeants in each. One has melter bombs. So the unit without Corax has melter bombs. The unit with Corax doesn't.
Yeah.
In the unit without Corax, there's a Librarian and a Chaplain. So the Chaplain gives them all hatred for those rerolls, which is good. Librarian does Librarian things. More Raven's Talons and Jump Packs. Each one has an Apothecary, in case I don't get Shrouded and then get Feel No Pain. Not a lot that ignores Shrouded, doubles you out.
Yeah.
Not a lot that doubles you out, ignores Shrouded. So I get a save, damage mitigation. Couple of tactical squads, just because they score. A recon squad with no...
Fairly cheap.
Yeah, 100 points for a scoring unit with Infiltrate and a 6-up Shroud, wherever it is. Pretty good. Unit of recons with snipers, because sniping is
35 points for a unit of snipers is good.
Possibly a Vox on it. I'll need to test it a bit more, just in case I want to deep strike them, so I can reroll the scatter. 2 units of Mordethan, one with snipers, one with melters.
Yeah.
And 2 units of melter support. So the melter support and the Mordethan infiltrate, scout, move, kill whatever tank they want to kill. If you've got a super heavy on a 12-inch deployment, it takes up 12 inches, so there's no way you're stopping me getting in melter range.
Yeah.
If I go first. So, in theory, I mean, the couple of games I've used
sounds like a list built for Throne of Skulls Warhammer World.
You mean completely fluffy and looking for
Yeah, I think.
No. So there's no win out, get a prize at Warhammer World. It's kill the most units, have the most units, survive the entire weekend. Favourite gamer, which is I like that in Throne of Skulls because I've won 5 out of 5 on a lot of Throne of Skulls, and some people don't like being beaten very handedly. So it's fair. It makes it more enjoyable for everyone if it's a fun time. So and then winning faction. So I hopefully we'll get a winning faction. I mean, I'm going with Ben, Neil, Pete Rees, another guy called Mark from Preston, that I know on the Loyalist team. So pretty strong people. Like Ben is fluffy. So he'll win all 5 games and get 5 favourite game votes. So, it'll be good. No.
That's
I think that's that.
I was
Oh,
gonna
no,
say
Deridale. The Deridale with last cannons. Because I had points left over and I wanted.
Why would
something
you not
else.
take a dreadnought? Because dreadnoughts are really good and
I was going to take a Contemptor,
yeah.
but I had no dedicated anti-air, and I don't know how.
That just ticks that
aircraft
box,
works.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it just ticks that box. It's 2 strength 10 shots with exoshock and 4 strength 8 AP2 missiles.
And 6 wounds at toughness 7, 5 up inland.
Yeah, it's just,
Incredibly survivable.
if there's a tank, I can just shoot 2 strength 10 last cannons at a tank.
Yeah.
What's better than strength 10 last cannons? I've still a bit of iron.
Have they got Sunder? Like,
I don't know. I've never shot them at tank.
right.
I've just shot them at infantry. It should
As
be.
you do with
because
las
it's-
cannons.
They've got exoshock that I've never triggered. Yeah, they've got Sunder.
Yeah, just
And
like
twin
normal
links.
las cannons. Yeah,
I
yeah,
have not
twin
used
links.
twin link once and missed a lot of
There you go.
shots.
Right.
I'm glad you got me to check this now because that'll
There
be
you go.
relevant in our game.
So, yeah, that was our Ravenguard review. As you can see, they're one of the good legions.
I think they're pretty good, yeah.
Fairly good. If you like the video and you want more, there is a like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel because you liked it that much,
What's this? You show? If you want to buy this book off Games Workshop,
Do you have an affiliate link?
I don't know.
All right, no.
yeah. So if you like the video, click like, comment below if you didn't like it or you did like it that much.
If you've got any questions you want to ask.
Yeah, and James will, I imagine, be monitoring it day and night for the comments.
Yeah, got nothing else to do.
Exactly. So, yeah, and if you really like the video, there is a Patreon link below to buy us a coffee. And we're going to have a game to get that on the channel for extra Ravenguard content.
Yeah, you can see what the list is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.